graduating with honors, but still doesn't guarantee the job you expect. Is that enough?
So it's not about being uneducated.
Preparing for the real world or just for school?
Go. Welcome to Learn to Earn, where we ask if good grades are enough to win in life. Hey, I'm Rachel, your PK host, who's here for both vibes and good vibes.
And I am Justin, your baby Sally for the show.
So, welcome everyone. I'm so happy to have you here in our podcast. So, palakpakan. So, before anything else, would you like to introduce yourselves?
So hi, I'm Nilio Nicosio Armasaligi and I'm from grade 11 discipline. And representing you is TP from grade 11. From high school department.
Yes!
And I'm Robiel G. Gitan. I'm also from grade 11 discipline. I'm representing USTP Senior High School Department.
Yay! So I am Julian Zara Estico, grade 11 discipline from USTP representing Senior High School Department.
Yes! So, before we're going to start our kantokan, I'd like you, I want to ask a question. How are you feeling today? Are you nervous? Are you scared? Or what?
Yeah, for me, I feel quite good, and of course I'm excited to answer your very nice questions and confidently to answer it.
I actually feel a little bit nervous.
What about you, Julian?
I'm very happy to be
Yes.
invited here.
Okay, so let's start.
Let's start.
First, I want to ask you something else. What if doing everything right, getting good grades, graduating with honors, but still does not guarantee the job you expected?
Like, diba, imagine putting yourself in years of effort, sacrificing sleep, studying hard, and aiming for excellence. And then, after that graduation, reality hits you differently.
Yes, and you send applications, attend interviews, and still struggle to find the opportunity you thought you deserve. That can feel confusing, right? Even discouraging.
Correct. So, like what have Justin said, that's actually more common than you think, diba?
Yes.
And it's kind of scary because, especially for us who are about to enter college, because we're at the stage where we are told that what we do now will shape our future. So naturally, Justin,
We try to do everything right. Yes, of course, but hearing stories like this makes you question, is that enough? It creates pressure, but also curiosity.
right. Exactly. So today we're talking about why some high-performing graduates still end up in a minimum wage jobs, and what that means for students like us. We're not just discussing the problem, but we're trying to understand it deeply, so that we can prepare better and make smarter decisions moving forward. Right?
Yes. And maybe we also need to ask ourselves, are we preparing for the real world or just for school? Because sometimes we focus so much on passing exams, quizzes, or whatever activity our instructors gives, so that we forget life after graduations. It works very different.
Yes, that's right. So,
I agree.
Jinian, let me ask you a question. Is it alright?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yo!
Say yes if you're ready for our katokan! Yes! Jillian, when you hear this issue, what comes to your mind?
So honestly, it feels like there's a gap between expectations and reality. So we grew up thinking that academic success leads directly to career success, but that's not always the truth.
And actually, from a young age, we were taught that if we study hard, follow the rules, and graduate with good grades, everything else will follow. But in reality, success is influenced by many other factors like opportunity, timing, connection, and even luck.
Diba? In fact, data supports that. According to Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, it reports that many Filipinos are underemployed, meaning they're working jobs that don't fully use their skills or education, right?
Yes. So,
So-
it's not that people are failing, yes, but it's that the potential isn't being fully used for their current jobs, right?
Yeah. So it's not about being uneducated. It's about not being fully utilized. You can be qualified, skilled, and capable, but still end up in a position that doesn't match what you studied. Because we know that we are not totally fully understand what the company we apply like. We need to more knowledge of it so that we can apply and more.
Yeah, I agree now. So, which means even top graduates can still struggle in the job market. And that shows how competitive and complex the real world is compared to our school.
So, let me ask you another question. Do you think our education system prepares us enough for actual jobs? What's your opinion about this?
Actually, not fully. It prepares us academically, but not always particularly. So we learn concepts, theories, and ideas, but we don't always get enough chances to apply them in real life situations.
Same girl, we learn theories, but sometimes we don't know how to apply them in real situations, right?
Yes,
Yes.
for example, we might know the definitions of formulas, but when we face with actual real problems, we hesitate because we lack hands-on experience.
Yes, and also that's where the problem starts. When knowledge doesn't match real world demands, because employers are not just looking for what you know, they're looking for what you can actually do. Like for example, when you apply a company, they need your strength, not the knowledge only, but also what you can do.
Yes.
That's
that's
really
right.
important
Yeah.
for us.
Perfect. On
Yes.
point. So, okay.
So one major reason is skill mismatch. What you learn doesn't always match what you end up or what the company needs.
This means that even if you excel in school, your skills might not align with what industries are currently looking for, right?
Yes. According to the World Bank, this mismatch is major factor affecting employability. So it shows that education and industry are sometimes not fully aligned.
So does not mean that. So does that mean that even if you graduate with high honors, if your skills don't align with industry demands, it becomes difficult to find the right job.
Yeah.
So
That's why some graduates accept jobs outside their field. Can you imagine accepting jobs that don't align with what you studied? Like, no, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Not because they want to, but because it's what available. It's like survival. Yes.
Yeah.
correct, on point. Palakpakan. So, another question is, what skills do you think are in demand today?
For me, definitely communication skills and also digital skills and problem solving. Because almost every job now requires interaction, technologies, use, and the critical thinking because they need interact with other people to interact with their company. So that's easily to earn money from their company also. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a very good opinion also, and it also has also a adaptability because jobs keep changing, so technology evolves, industry shifts, and people need to keep up.
And for me, honestly, not all these are fully taught in school. Some of these skills are developed through experience, exposure, and practice.
So,
And also another factor is the competitions. There are simply too many graduates from limited job opportunities. This creates a situations where even qualified individuals struggles to stand out.
Yeah, you're right. The Commission on Higher Education has noted that some degree program produce more graduates than the job market can absorb. So, supply becomes higher than demand.
So, being in class doesn't automatically secure a position.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I
It's,
agree.
I agree.
It's
Because
very nice.
you're competing with many others who may also have strong credentials, right?
I agree.
This is really unfair.
So, let's move on to another question. Are you ready again?
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. Why do many students choose the same courses? For you, what's your opinion?
For me, over family pressure or the desperation of earning money. Sometimes student doesn't choose free. They choose based on experience, financial needs, or fear of instability.
Yeah, it's like choosing a course just because it's in demand, not because it fits you, and which can affect long-term satisfaction in the form. As Jillian says kanina, for the what you can say that for the family to earn. sorry guys.
Take your time.
To early earn money, so to financial, so the family, yeah.
Yeah, and also which sometimes leads to a more competition in just a one field, and it makes it makes harder for everyone in that field. sorry.
That's okay. Nice.
Very nice explanation, on point, but okay, let's move
So
on.
this is funny.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Because I am not. Okay, so okay. There is also the issue of experience, right?
Yeah, I
As VJ said that yes. So employers often prioritize practical experiences over academic achievements because they want practicality over achievements, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because experience shows that you can apply what you do. So that's the reason. So how about
Yes, and the Asian Development Bank highlights that many employer values hands-on. It's hard. I'm hard. Hands-on skills and more than grades. They want people who can adapt quickly to work environment.
So, but fresh graduates usually have limited experience, so grades should not be ignored. But grades still shows discipline, consistency, and effort. But fresh graduates usually have limited experience, so grades should not be ignored. But grades still shows discipline, consistency, and effort.
okay, so let's
A few moments later.
so let's move on. so are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
So another question is it fair that fresh graduates are expected to have experience? Oh my god, be serious please. Again, are you ready?
You're right.
Be serious. Okay. So again, is it fair that fresh graduates are expected to have experience? So Gabriel,
Sorry. We also have to consider so like jobs availability isn't always stable. So there are times when opportunities are limited.
Especially after events like the COVID-19 pandemic, right?
Yes, yes.
Where many
That.
opportunities were reduced. Like, if you go outside, you are at risk to be infected. And of course, you can't,
There's an insecurity.
yes, and you
correct.
can't find jobs easily because, you know, if you go
Lockdown.
outside, you get
And also due to the COVID-19 pandemic that many people lost their jobs.
Because of
Pandemic,
crisis.
crisis.
Lockdown.
Yes, that's right. No, and sometimes people accept minimum wage jobs not because they want to, but because they need to. I believe that it becomes a necessity, not by a choice.
Yeah. Of course, it becomes less about choice and more about survival. And that's something we need to understand instead of judging.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So, how this affect us as a grade 11 students preparing for college?
Actually, it shows that we should not rely on grades alone. We need to develop ourselves in more balanced way.
So, diba? That's right, girl. Go, girl.
Perfect.
So, we also need to think about skills, adaptability, and future opportunities, right?
It's really
Yes.
important.
I believe that we need to be more aware of what the real world demands.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right? Yes! If I'm right. Woo! So, Justin.
So, let me ask another question. What can we actually do to prepare?
So, for me, first, develop skills beyond academics. Because these are the skills that will help us stand out.
Yeah, what a nice idea, Julian. For me, it's also to gain experience early. Even small experience can build confidence and competence. Like for example, like some students have a work like a part-time job, right? Experience earlier the work and also to earn money for their financial standing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, it's just like to stay adaptable because change is constant and we need to keep learning.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, that's really important.
Yo.
Yeah.
So,
To answer this main question again, why do high-performing graduates still end up in minimum wage jobs?
Yeah.
because success is influenced by more than just academic performance, I believe that it is a combination of many factors working together. Right?
Yeah.
This universe.
Yeah.
Ah. 138.
But it also involves skills, opportunity, experience, and timing.
And of course, and sometimes circumstance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And sometimes we need circumstance beyond our control.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean failure. It just means that the journey is different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really right, Rob.
Yes.
Because in real life, success isn't just about how well you start.
It's about how we adapt, learn, and keep going despite challenges.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Perfect.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Honestly, it's not fair, but it's the reality. And understanding that reality helps us to prepare better because of course we need to earn money to I'm sorry. um,
Tinaka-cover siya!
yeah, that's right. Una-
Yeah, sige. 3, 2, 1, go!
Go!
Welcome to
Learn.
Let me ask you something. How are you? How are you today? How are you feeling?
Wow, he's very confident.
Yes, yes.
That is...
Sige, sige. Kuha na ba yun?
Tanawon.
Wala din ang play mo.
So, the family, yeah.
Yeah, and also which sometimes lead to a more competition in just a one field, and it makes it makes harder for everyone in that field. sorry.
That's it.
Okay, okay.
Nice.
Very nice explanation, on point, but why are you laughing? Okay, let's move on.
It's funny.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
No.
Because I am not.
Ah!
Okay, so... okay. There is also the issue of experience, right?
Yeah. More than grades, they want people who can adapt quickly to work environment.
So, but fresh graduates usually have limited experience. So, grades should not be ignored. But grades still shows discipline, consistency, and effort.
So,
It's okay.
Okay guys, let's proceed.
Yeah.
okay, so let's...
Okay, lock in. Let's go,
Okay,
lock
Lock
in.
in,
so
lock
let's
in.
proceed.
Go for it. So, let's move on. So, are you ready, guys? Question is it fair that fresh graduates are expected to have an experience? Oh my god. Be serious, please. Cut that out.
Okay.
Again. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Again. Clap your hands if you're ready.
We're ready.
Be serious.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, is it fair that fresh graduates are expected